Tyson, thanks for waking up early with us this morning. I want to start with your former quarterback, KJ Jefferson. How did you see him getting better throughout last season?
Last season, it was a big season for KJ, honestly. He shocked not only me, but the entire world. So I just saw the hard work that he put in, through the dark days that we had in the summer and the fall and going through fall camp and spring ball. I just saw him put his head down and work hard, and he got the reward of success that he worked for. So I was happy to see that for him.
Tyson, this is the first time your former offensive coordinator, Kendall Briles, returns a starting quarterback. What kind of relationship did you see between those two develop, not just last year, but since KJ's been on campus with you?
Honestly, Coach Briles is a great coach. And, he's a great leader also. So I saw him believe in KJ even when we had Felipe. Of course, he always has his faith in the starting quarterback and makes that decision the right way. But I saw him stay on top of KJ about learning, and as a young backup when even Felipe was there, I saw him building and putting everything he had into KJ to becoming that number one guy as he knew he would. So I always saw a lot of faith that he had in KJ.
Tyson, give us an idea of what the culture's like, what Sam Pittman's building. What are the expectations on each individual player within the program?
Coach Pittman, he's big on trust, so he treats every young adult player that he has like a true man. He believes that we're going to do what we are expected on and off the field, in and outside the building. So he has a great culture going on over there.
Yeah, and when you look at, loyalty's another big word he uses publicly. Was that, how big of a pressing point was that, in team conversations, individual conversations, and what did that mean within those four walls of the program? What was the expectation when the word loyalty was thrown around?
Loyalty, it goes back on that trust. So he always expected us to handle our situations like men when we're out about in the city, the town of Fayetteville, or on campus and in class, or like I said, in the building. So he stood on his word, and not too many times did he go back on that. So you always knew he would be the same person every day, and he had your back every day because that's how he went about his business every day. So it was kind of like you felt that energy given back from him.
Gotcha. Last year, Treylon Burks was clearly cast the long shadow with the wide receivers. This year, it's a little more wide open. How do you played within that with Treylon Burks? What kind of adjustment was that for you as a player, and kind of how was that set up internally when you had a player that was clearly the number one target?
I mean, everybody, you see the talent that Treylon has, and the things that he done at Arkansas, that they were remarkable. So, like, when you see such a talent and a highly praised guy coming through like that, you know, like, this cat needs the ball. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So it's like, it's nothing to, hold your tongue back or be against, because the proof is in the pudding, man. The man needs the ball, and I enjoy watching every second of Burks play. So.
We're talking with Tyson Morris, former Arkansas wide receiver, was second on the team in receiving yards and catches last year. Tyson, I've got a sense that this wide receiver room feels a little disrespected. Then you just gave some great accomplishments about Treylon Burks and your former teammate, but I think they're tired of talking about him. Do you get a sense that they feel like they have something to prove this season with the former first-round draft pick no longer with the team?
I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. I know those guys are working hard. I know that they have the faith in themselves and the faith from their teammates that they're going to go out and be good ball players. But it's hard to, like, it's not hard to, but you have to let the outsiders talk and believe what they believe, and just believe that yourself in a group that you're going to come out and be successful on the field. So I believe those guys have it. They're boxing out the outsiders, and they're ready to ball. So.
Tyson, give me some insight on Kenny Guyton. He seems as a really funny guy. He's got some goofy recruiting videos, and he's killed it in recruiting as of late. Well, what can you tell us about the wide receivers coach at Arkansas?
I feel like Coach Guyton's a great fit for Arkansas and what Coach Sam Pittman has going on, because he's able to work within the system and also be himself in the system. So he does everything right. He does everything Coach Pittman wants, but he's also good at being himself and staying true to his character in the wide receiver room. So he's a great fit for Arkansas, honestly.
Tyson, you kind of had an unorthodox way making it to Fayetteville. Started at Central Oklahoma after Fayetteville High School. Your dad didn't play football, played basketball. at the U of A. How important was it for you to end up an Arkansas Razorback?
Yeah, just coming up to Fayetteville in high school, it's all about the Razorbacks, and even in the state of Arkansas, it's all about the Hogs. So I've always seen, how big of a stage that those players have played on and how much they mean to the state. And also my mom and my dad graduated from Arkansas, so it was always a dream for me to play on that field, man. So I kind of had my mind made up early.
Yeah. Tyson, what's going on with you now? Give us an update, kind of where you're at and what what the future is right now for you.
So I recently was with Indianapolis doing minicamp OTAs and camping, all that stuff. I was released once, brought back in, released again, and it's just part of the business, man. And right now I feel like I've done enough to firmly say my football career won't be over. So I feel like there's another opportunity out to me. I'll be receiving another call or just giving another tryout or whatever is next for me. I just know football isn't over for me because I've put in the work. I've opened some eyes in the NFL. So I feel like, I'll have another shot here soon.
That's great. Hey, when we're thinking about Cincinnati as the first week opponent versus what has been a traditional, unranked, directional type school, non-Power 5 school on Arkansas' schedule. How do you think that's changed? I know you're not there this year, but how do you think that's changed the summer, the preparation, and maybe the mindset going into this first game for some of your former teammates in this current roster?
I was out there in Indianapolis, out there with Alec Pierce. He's a Cincinnati guy, so we've had a couple conversations about this upcoming week. And I just know that Cincinnati is a good football program. They were outstanding last year, and I just feel like we got to welcome to the SEC. We got to show them what the SEC is about. Come out, play physical, fast, and fearless, and we'll be victorious. So,
Tyson, I want to ask you about high school. You referenced your Fayetteville Bulldogs. I don't know if you've kept up with, and I know there's not really any of your former teammates, but are you going to be able to make it back to a game at FHS at Harmon Field at any point this year?
I have that. I want to make it back to a Fayetteville High game, man. It's been too long, I want to go see what the Bulldogs are up to. But I've had a few conversations with Coach Casey Dick, and I'm sure I'm going to make that happen this season. So,
Tyson, you made it to a state championship your senior, as did Isaiah Satania, who comes in as a true freshman. There might have been 1 year of overlap between you two. There might not have been. He might have still been in junior high, but you probably heard about him or watched him or seen him at some point. What are your thoughts on the dynamic Fayetteville freshman that is on campus and hopes to play an impact as a true freshman this year?
Oh, yeah, man. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen him play a couple games with me talking to Coach Guyton and him recruiting him. So I've seen speed. He has great hand-eye coordination, good hands, good at tracking the ball. So I see a future star, honestly. I see that kid. He works hard. He's smart. Good kid in and out of the building. So I see a bright future for Isaiah.
Tyson, we'll leave it there this morning. We appreciate you coming on early with us, giving us some thoughts on this football team this year, kind of where you are in life, and hope we get a chance to catch up with you. And best of luck with whether it's Indy or whatever NFL team you continue to progress with moving forward.
I appreciate you guys, and have a great morning. Go Hogs, baby.
All right, good to hear from Tyson Morris.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BELIEVE, BLEAV 50. That's BELIEVE, BLEAV 50. BetOnline, where the game starts.